Good morning, students. Let us begin our online classes. And today we'll start our new chapter of politics, that is, what is government? Okay. Now, students, in this chapter, you'll learn about the government, what government do, what is the function, rules of government, and what is the work of government. Okay. So let us begin our chapter, that is government. Now, what do you mean by government? A government can be defined as a group of people who govern a community, unit, or nation. Okay, means it may be community also, units also, and even the whole nation. Is that clear? Now, what are the main functions of government? See, students, government maintains laws and orders. It provides safety and security to the people. Okay. It also protects boundaries of the countries. It looks after the welfares of the people, and it also develops the infrastructure of the country. Is that clear? Now, what is the need of government, or why do we need government? See, government is essential to manage and administrate a nation and its affairs. Okay, it also lays down rules, makes major policies and decisions. Next is aids in smooth working of a society, and the next is regulation of social and political activities in an orderly manner. So what do you understand from these points? Government is needed for many aspects. Okay, that is for the management, for making the decisions, implementing rules, and for the working of the society, and even for the working of the country. Got it, students? Now, the next is organs of government. Now, see, students, our government, it doesn't work in only a single manner. There are three different organs of government. The first is legislature, the next is executive, and the third is judiciary. Now, let us study in detail about this organs. Okay. Now, first is legislature. Now, students, what do you mean by legislature? Law-making organ of the country is known as legislature. Okay. Now, Parliament is the central legislature of India, which consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. You know that Parliament, it is the central legislature, and what does the Parliament consist of? It consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Is that clear? Now, what is the role of Parliament? Now, students, it makes laws for whole nation. Okay. What is the role of Parliament? It makes the laws. Okay. And every state has its own legislature. As you all are aware that in our country, we are having many states, and accordingly in each and every state, we are having the means the states, they have their own legislature. Okay, which makes laws for the state. Now, here, if you may see, Lok Sabha, President, Rajya Sabha, means this all consist of the parliament. Okay, means in the parliament, as I told you that parliament consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and here if you see, President is leading the parliament. Now, the next is executive. Here, what do you mean by executive? Now, students, these organs sees that the laws made by the legislature are enforced, okay, and people who violate the laws are punished. Next, India's central executive is headed by the president of the country. Through the real work is done by the prime minister and the council of ministers, okay, and also At the state level, it is headed by the governor and it is run by the chief minister. As I told you that there are different levels and the different levels are ruled by the different people. Is that clear? Now let us proceed. Here, Council of Ministers, Presidents and PMs, they work together in the organ. Next is judiciary. Now, what do you mean by judiciary? Students, judicial power is vested in the hands of this organ of the government. Okay. Now, exactly in very short, if I explain you what do you mean by judiciary, where are all the court matters are held. Okay. Judiciary, it consists of Supreme Court, High Court and the various lower courts. Okay. Now, it functions through a system of courts, ensures that government functions according to laws, it settles disputes and safeguard people against the unjust rules. Okay, means judiciary means all the judicial matters, or I may say you that all the court matters are held in the judicial level. Is that clear? Now, here, see, you may see the three levels of the court, that is Supreme Court, High Court, and lower courts. Is that clear? Now, the next is levels of government. Before, right now, you have studied about the organs. Now, you will study about the levels. Okay. Now, students, there are three levels of the government, or our government works under three levels. That is local government, state government, and central government. Now, just see what is the discrimination between these three levels. As you have studied about the organs and their three parts, now you will study about the levels of the government in this topic, particular topic. Okay. Now here three levels, it deals with local government, state government and central government. Now see local government. Local government deals with the problems of people living in villages, towns or cities, means where the all the village matters, small town matters and city matters are handled. Now our Abu. Abu comes in the town, or it means you may say that our Abu is a town and are all the matters deals with the local government. Okay. And if you talk about the state, of course, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, all these different states. Okay. Now, what is the role of the state government? State government, it deals with the welfare and administration of the state. Okay. And the next is central government. Central government deals with the problems and welfares for the whole countries. Okay. Now, see students, as I told you that the government works at different levels, at the national level, at the state level, at the district level, and at the block level. And finally, at the panchayat or municipality levels. As I told you that in the small uh, villages, there won't be any government or anything, but there are panchayats and municipalities. Accordingly, they work in their village. Okay, means all the problems and all, everything is sorted out in the panchayat or municipality. The next is the real head of the government, means the real head of the government at the national level is the prime minister. Okay, and at the state level the chief minister. Now the head of a district administration is the district collector or the district magistrate. Is that clear? Now see, I'll just clear you the each level and the tiers of the government. Now see, here in the book, you are having the chart on page number 199, or in the chapter, you may just look out the chart. Now, here very clearly the three levels of the government are given. Okay. On the top, that is the national level, means our India, the nation. Okay. Now, the national level, it is subdivided into three major parts, as I have explained you before also, that is the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. Now, what does the legislature consist, or what are the hierarchies or tiers? That is, see, the legislature, it consists of parliament, As you have seen the chart before, the parliament, it consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now, what is the role of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? The legislature, it makes the laws for the country. Okay, I have taught you all these three things, but with the help of the chart, I am teaching you so that you may understand it very properly, and to avoid the confusions, it is very good to study. Okay, now the next is executive. Now, executive, it consists of the president, the vice president, the prime minister, the council of ministers. And what is the role of executive? It executes the laws, administers the country. Okay, executive, what is the role of executive? Executes the laws, administers the country. Okay, now the third tier is the judiciary. Now see students, judiciary, it consists of Supreme Court, High Courts, and subordinate courts. Okay. Now, what is the role of judiciary? It safeguards the constitution, it interprets the laws, and protects the citizen rights. Okay. This is all about the three levels of government. Now, let us study about the next chart, that is the state level. Okay. Here, the local government. Okay. Now, the local government, or what are the three tiers? See, the first, it is upside down, that is third tier, second tier, and first tier. Now here, the third tier, it includes the Zilla Parishad, that is at the state level. Okay. Now, second tier, it consists of Panchayat. Okay. That is the block level. And the first tier, it is the Gram Panchayat, that is at the village level. Okay. Now, the next is your complete description of the state level. Now, students, here the state level, you will see it is divided again into three parts, that is the legislature, executive, and judiciary. Here, the legislature in the state level, it consists of Vidhan Parishad and Vidhan Sabha. See, national level it is different and state level it is different. In national level, what you have studied, that your legislature, it consists of parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But here in the state level, the legislature, it consists of Vidhan Parishad and Vidhan Sabha. Okay. Now the next is executive. In national level executive, you have studied about the president and vice president. But in the state level, our executive, it consists of governor, chief minister, and council of minister. Okay. Now the third level, it is judiciary. Judiciary in the national level, what you have studied about the Supreme Court and High Court. But on the other hand, state level, it only consists of High Court and subordinate courts. Okay. So please study properly the charts, that is discrimination. So again and again, I am explaining you with the difference, that is national level and state level. Is that clear, students? Now, the next is government or types of government. See students, there are three types of government, that is monarchy, democracy, and dictatorship. Okay. Now here we'll study in detail about these three types of government. Students, what do you mean by monarchy? Now see, in this form of the government, the country is ruled by a monarch, okay, who may be king or queen, okay. Now, he or she makes decisions and runs the country, and even they might have a small group of people to help in decision making. But the final decisions are taken by the king or queen only. Means there are no elections, there are no votings in the monarchy. Only the kings and queens are ruling the government. Okay. Next, democracy. Democracy is nothing but we make the government. Okay. People choose their representative. Means we choose our representative, we give the elections, and then the government is formed. And such type of government is known as democratic government. Okay. Though India is a democratic country. Okay. Though because we are living in India, and in India we are making the government with the help of the votes, with the help of the elections. We ourselves, we are making the government. Okay. Now, let us study in detail about the democracy. See, the first is the people choose a representative through the elections who then form the government. The next is the representatives are elected for a fixed period of time. Okay. And the third is the real power thus lies in the hands of people who elect their leaders. Is that clear? Now, the last is unlike in a monarchy, means if we study about the discrimination of monarchy and democracy, you will see unlike in a monarchy where the king does not have to explain its actions and decisions. In a democratic form of a government, the government has to explain its actions and justify its decisions to the people. Means here, what is the discrimination between monarchy and democracy? Students, see, let me explain you this point. In monarchy, kings and queens, they will not give you any explanation on their decision. But in a democratic form of government, though we are making the government or we are giving the votes, and rapidly the government is changed after every 5 years, the government has to explain its action and justify its decision to the people. Okay. And if people are unhappy with the government, they can cast them out in the next election. As I told you just now, that in democratic country we make the government with the help of the elections. So every 5 years the government is changed. Got it? And we are the people who make the new government. Got it? Now, the next is dictatorship. Now, students, what do you mean by dictatorship? See, all the powers lies in the hands of one person, okay, who rules the country. And such power is obtained by the force, means by force the powers are obtained, and a particular single person leads the country. Now, the people have no say in the matters of the government, and the dictator rules according to his own wishes. Okay. And is unaffected by the wish of the people, means the dictator who rules the country, he or she won't bothers about the feelings of the people, or whether people are happy, whether the people are unhappy. Means the dictator never bothers for all these things. The dictator only rule according to him or herself. Okay. Now Hitler, that is Adolf Hitler, is an best example of dictatorship. Okay. Now, let me give you few examples on the democratic government. See, students, democratic government is a government in which people are equal. Okay, means all the people are equal and they have right to elect their representative. Next, there is a fixed time for government in the democracy every 5 years, and elections in the state level, in the national level, there is a different period to hold the elections. Okay. Next is in India, a government is elected for 5 years. Just now I said you the same thing. Now, democratic government is the most popular and the widely accepted form of the government, and as it is a government in which all peoples are equal and they have right to elect their representative. Okay. Now, the next is participation in the government. Now, how can the people participate in the government, students? Let us study. People can participate in democratic government by casting their votes, okay, to elect the representative of their choice. Secondly, all the governments are elected for a fixed period of time. And in India, what is the eligibility or what is the time? It is for 5 years. Okay, that is the tenure of the government. And also, it is required to have limitation on the powers of the government. Is that clear? Now, the next is elections in India. How the how in our country elections are held by casting their votes. Okay, means we cast the votes and accordingly the government is formed. Okay, means who will be the winner, who wins more and more votes in the elections. Okay, now next is how the elections are conducted. See students, universal adult franchisee. Now, according to Article 326, it provides for the universal adult franchisee, and every citizen, including both male and female, who is 18 years of age is given the right to vote. Okay, means there are age discriminations between males and females, and each and every citizen has a right to cast a vote. Okay, now the next is here, if you see, there are few examples in the book. It is given that what was the condition during the British rule, and how we started conducting the elections. Okay, now see students, here you will see that it is very important to know that during the British rule, only a limited number of people were allowed to give the votes. Means, see, there was a vast discrimination done between the people. That is, our Indians, they were always lacking behind in this during the British period. Okay. Now, Gandhiji, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, they demanded that all the adults should have the right to vote. Why? Because if a limited number of people they give their vote, of course the result will be only for the limited period. That is, there is a discrimination done, and then because of discrimination, the proper government is not formed. So, according to our Indian leaders, they demanded that each and every citizen should have an equal right to maintain the equality between the people, or to maintain the equality in the country. Our country leaders, they demanded that each and every adult citizen should have the right to vote. That is universal adult franchisee. And then in the journal Young India, Gandhiji had written in 1931 against the practice of giving people. Okay. Now, Gandhiji also considered this an inhuman and unjust practice. As I told you that if a limited people they give the vote, only the limited result you get. And our leaders they said that though if India it is a democratic country, each and every citizen should get the right to vote. Okay. Now here, if you see, it is a posture of the suffragette posture of 1909. Okay, and this posture it is given in your book very clearly, and they are protesting against the forced feeding of a woman on a hunger strike. Here see, women and the downtrodden people all over the world had to wage a long and powerful struggle, okay, to get the right to vote, because in many countries women were not allowed to give the vote. Okay, and women's struggle to get voting right gained momentum. Okay, it gained a momentum during and after the First World War. Before, only men were allowed to give the vote, and women were not allowed to give the vote. Okay, now here, if you see in the posture that there are these people are protesting against each other for their rights. Okay, now see what was the result of it. During the war, most of the adults, you may see here, the women are standing in a queue to cast their votes in the elections, and how it was possible. Now, during the war, most of the adults and able-bodied men went to battlefronts. Okay, means able-bodied man, they went to the battlefronts, and women came out of their houses. Means, as you all are aware that man and women's they were not having the equal rights. Okay, and here women's they fought for their right, and suffragette movement demanding right to vote for all, especially women, began in many countries after First World War. What do you mean by suffragette movement, students? Suffragette movement means right to vote. Okay, what do you mean by suffragette movement? Suffragette movement means right to vote. And when it was started, during and after the First World War. Now, women's struggle to get voting right, it gained a momentum. And here, with the help of this picture, you can clearly imagine or you can clearly see that how women are standing with the voting card. Okay, and how it was possible, students. Many suffragettes were imprisoned and they went on hunger strikes. They fought for their right and they had to be fed by force. Even in America, even in UK, okay, American women got the right to vote in 1920. Okay, when the American women got the right in the year 1920, while in UK they got the right in 1928. Okay, this suffragette movement, when it was started during and after First World War. And if the question comes in exam, what do you mean by suffragette movement? Suffragette movement demanding the right to vote for all, okay, and especially for women, and it began in many countries, okay, after the First World War and during the First World War. Is that clear? I hope this topic is clear for you all, okay. Now, here, if you see in this picture, what this picture gives you an idea. Here, all the women are standing with the voting cards, okay. Now, women came out of their houses and they started working in the factories and other places, okay, and they began organizing and managing different kinds of work. So this stereotypes about men's and women's, it was demolished means it came to an extent. And in today's world, if you see, or in today's country, men's and women's are totally equal against each other, okay, and there is no discrimination between men's and women's. And the males and females, they are having equal voting rights, and all the rights of are equal in front of the constitution for men's and women's. Is that clear? Now I hope you have understood this topic, and as I just want your previous topics answers, please do complete all your chapters properly and send me. If you have any doubts in this chapter, you can update, okay, or you can call me. Got it? Thank you. And please complete your previous chapters, and I'll send you the answers of this chapter and do complete and send me.